Have you ever felt like David going up against Goliath, trudging through life with all the odds against you? Day 13 of the NBA playoffs reminded us to take heart and not lose hope, because if you feel like David today, know that your Goliath is not unbeatable. Chapter 1, David versus Goliath. After a tear-jerking defeat in Game 5, the Knicks walked into the city of brotherly love, hoping that April's sob stories would sprout into May's victory bouquets. Right off the bat, the Knicks turned up the heat, blazing through with a scorching 7-0 run.
DiVincenzo fires and hits his first three-pointer.
Embiid tried to plug the leaks, one bucket at a time.
Embiid asking for it over Hartenstein. The banker goes and a foul.
But it was impossible because everyone in a Knicks jersey was going off.
Fakes the three, goes to the rim, layup is good. Maxi's guarding DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo another three, 2 for 2 from downtown.
However, when Embiid sat, the Sixers had to go petite, and this time it paid off. Philadelphia was able to stitch together an 11-0 run to close out the show.
Hart didn't see Payne and he took it away. Payne's gonna take it and make it. 33-19, Batum, got it through.
With their bench coming alive, the Sixers cut their disastrous start to only a 14-point deficit. In the second quarter, Philly plugged the paint, fortifying a zone where the Knicks had been wreaking havoc.
And Anunoby gets into it quickly, and it's blocked! Embiid comes out of nowhere!
With Maxey only scoring just 2 points in the entire first half, Embiid had to carry everything, and he was desperate for some help.
Embiid going to work on Hartenstein.
Good pump fake.
Makes one way, lays it on the other.
But then a hero appeared in the form of Buddy Hield.
Kick it out, ball movement, Buddy Hield. Got it!
This man caught fire. He was in such a zone that he nailed 5 threes and scored 17 points in the second, single-handedly outscoring the entire Knicks team by himself.
Not the case in the second. Sixers taking advantage. Hield, is he feeling it? Yes, sir!
With Buddy going off and New York managing to score just 15 points in the second, the Sixers managed to turn their 14-point deficit into a 3-point lead going into the second half. When the third quarter commenced, we found the Sixers heating up from downtown.
Straight on three for Joel Embiid. Embiid back-to-back threes for the big fella.
Meanwhile, Oubre was all about that rack attack.
Steal! Oubre loses it! On the rack attack!
Embiid owned the third, scoring 16 points in that period alone, while serving up a too-small garnish.
Embiid creating space, baby hug. If they're not going to double team, Embiid can do that all night.
The bench continued to deliver for the Sixers, but Brunson wasn't able to let the game slip away, a true leader in battle. He was also making his teammates better.
Offensive rebounding team. Brunson gets inside, short shot, got it.
The two teams found themselves locked at 83 apiece as the third quarter buzzer blared. It was anyone's game. The fourth quarter started with the Knicks clicking on both ends.
This is up. Kick out. And Anunoby cha-ching on a three.
Buddy Hield remained on fire, barely cooling off from his earlier exploits.
Buddy buckets on fire.
But OG answered with a grown man's jam that reverberated throughout all of Philadelphia.
Anunoby, he's going to drive it. Anunoby with a grown man's jam.
In the dying minutes of the game, Maxey, who had struggled all game,
Maxey off the turnover, floats it up.
finally joined the party. Brunson was absolutely unstoppable, scoring 14 big points in the final stretch. Even when triple teamed, his shots kept falling.
Hartenstein hands to Brunson. Head fake. It goes for Brunson. Tough bucket.
Clutch as a vintage handbag, the man was dragging his team to the finish line.
Brunson turns the corner on Oubre. Brunson draws the foul and gets the roll.
But in the end, it was Josh Hart who would get the last word.
Kicks it up top to Hart. Hart puts up a three. Bang! Josh Hart from downtown!
Triumphant in Game 6, the Knicks now set their sights on the semifinals. Something special is happening in New York. Chapter 2, end of a decade-long drought. In Game 5, the Bucks had managed to stave off elimination, with Pat Bev delivering that legendary taunt. But now they found themselves deep in enemy territory in Indiana. The Pacers started the game on fire, with Halliburton fueling their engine right from the start.
Tyrese Halliburton left open, is gonna fire.
But it didn't take long before Dame made his grand entrance.
Lillard's going to pull, and he sticks a three. Good start for Damian Lillard. It's a 7-point Milwaukee lead.
Lucky for him, he was also getting help from the Giant.
Pacers run, little pick and roll action, and then Lopez coming with some serious heat.
However, the Pacers stuck to their game plan like it was written on their foreheads. Sprint, slice, and shoot from downtown.
They have completely changed defensively. That's what they got up, boy. Live ball turnover.
Halliburton finds the laces, and he buries it.
And then unleash the bench brigade when your opponent least expects it. Led by TJ McConnell, Indiana transformed a slim 1-point lead into a glorious 10-point cushion.
The victims of a 7-3 run since Lillard went to the bench. Aaron pass, Middleton, McConnell to steal. And then it's Halliburton.
Despite their efforts, the Bucks ended the first quarter down by 9 and shooting a chilly 39%. As the second quarter kicked off, we found an unconscious Lillard pulling from everywhere.
Mismatch here, 2 seconds, Lillard will fire, and he buries it.
But unfortunately for Bucks fans, the Pacers started clamping down on Milwaukee. With their defense tightening up and their threes connecting, the Hoosiers sparked a 10-2 blitz.
Neesmith contact, and he goes off the glass.
What followed was Tyrese attacking the hoop with the fearlessness of a panther.
Pocket 4, gets around him. Halliburton goes inside, count it, and a foul.
Yeah, they call that foul. It's not an offensive foul. They call that a foul.
While also playing the generous host.
Halliburton looking to push. Up top, it's Toppin.
Pat Bev, on the other hand, was fuming.
Pat Bev, pump fake, draws contact, no call from Halliburton.
Wow. That's a total lack of respect in terms of that have been Dame or Chris Middleton or anybody like on that level.
The Pacers bench stepped up, putting up 19 points in the first half, while the Bucks bench could only muster a single point, with the Bucks floundering from beyond the arc at a cringe-inducing 16%. They wrapped up the quarter down by 12 points. In the third quarter, the Pacers were forced to go small as Turner racked up his 4th foul and had to take a seat.
Hey, boy, that's on Turner. That's his 4th. Huge potential call here against Indiana, and it is.
And the Bucks didn't waste any time taking advantage of the situation.
Lillard creeps into the paint, taking some contact.
Yeah, that's just sheer strength there.
But Obi Toppin came off the bench in stellar form, contributing solidly.
Toppin! How good has he been off the bench?
With Lopez leveraging his size to perfection.
Brook Lopez can take Isaiah Jackson. Brook Lopez maneuvering his way through, count the bucket.
The Bucks found their rhythm.
Third quarter, Bobby sneaks through for an and one.
Yeah, Sue Pig, the two Razorbacks working in tandem.
However, they soon became their own worst enemies.
Back home as Lopez turns it over. Nembhard, look out, and a chance at 3.
Allowing the Pacers to go on another 8-0 run to end the third. TJ McConnell hopped off the bench and dished out what felt like an emotional uppercut heading into the break.
McConnell's gonna fire, and he sticks it.
Come the fourth, TJ continued to devour the Bucks' defense.
Offensive rebound, TJ McConnell putting him on his back.
While the Bucks were missing their threes, the Pacers were cashing in on theirs like savvy treasure hunters. Dame did his best to keep the Bucks' hopes alive.
From 3, he's got the last 5 points.
But Milwaukee just couldn't manage to put up the necessary stops on defense.
And a foul.
How about the pass by McConnell, though?
With the deficit ballooning to 20 points, Coach Doc Rivers decided it was time to throw in the towel and wave the white flag. Celebration time for the Pacers. After a decade-long drought, they tasted the sweet glory of postseason success, proudly marching into the conference semifinals. If you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay goated.